Well, season 2 is here. Coach Bobby Ellington had a very promising yet unfortunate end to season 1, and we just wrapped up last time an off-season that really saw this roster kind of get flipped turned on its head. Our premier transfer in is Jamario Alexander. Now, he is lifted as a left edge, but he will be playing a bit of nose tackle for us, or at least just general defensive tackle. The big question was what was going to happen at quarterback? Well, we did hit the wrong button there, but we were trying to figure out what was going to be the play here. Game, I need you to catch up here. No, that is not Sam Houston. Okay, it's a little bit broken. Let's go back and let's go back in. There was just a title update. Apparently still some problems. We expect that, though, with EA. But the big question also on offense was what was going to happen at quarterback. Now, we did convince Isaiah Scruggs to return, and he played a good bit for us last year. But we also had a little bit of a breakout from developmental standpoint in Zion McKinney. Both are pocket passers, both are scheme fits for us. Frankly, they're very similar. But it's that awareness of Zion McKinney that may get him a little bit more playing time. The rest of the numbers are a little bit behind, but I think that awareness could potentially help us out a good bit. We also saw a good breakout of the training in Elias Brown. He was on roster last year, didn't really get a chance to play. Now he's going to have a much larger role, though. Sincere Rainey is taking over as that primary back. I expect a good rotation of not only these two, but the top three. The one weakness for us is definitely the receiving group. Jason Moses did stick around, and stepping into some playing time here is going to be Desmond Hardy. He's a gadget type. We have Fescues as well, who's a gadget type. These receivers don't really match what we're looking for, but we just frankly had to find some guys to fill in this roster, right? That was the one weakness. We did get a very good late transfer class in of the offensive line. Miles McVay, Jeremiah Stallworth, Daniel Michelle. They're going to be leading the way for us in the run game. That's going to be the big focus for us. Defensively, we talked about Jamario Alexander. We also brought in both Logan Thomas and Jay Crable. Those two will be starting on the outside. We will get Jamario Alexander starting on the inside, teaming up with Will Weber, who stuck around from last season. Another man who stuck around was Derek Houston. We had to pay him a pretty good bit. But we only have currently 4 active linebackers. Hoping that's going to be enough. Some safeties might have to play some double duty. We're still sticking with that 4-2-5, so it might be a just fine enough fit for them anyway. But Reynolds, big boost for him in the offseason. And we also saw a little bit of a boost from Derek Houston. Those two are going to have to lead the way for us. And Von Tagaloa Lee is just going to have to tag along with us and make sure we've got that third good guy. Did get a pretty good class as well in terms of defensive back. Aaron Scott Jr. does transfer in, as well as Jonte Gilbert. Scott will be our primary guy on the outside. Gilbert will start in the slot. We'll see how well Adam Taylor does, who was with us last year. If he doesn't perform as well, those two can swap around. Safety-wise, Jaden Davis did transfer in. We also, I believe, had Nixon transfer in, or Brown. One of those two. Either way, these seem to be the 3 that are going to play. Warren Smith Jr. might make his way into that mix. There is one player, though, that we found who does provide a little bit of some intrigue and will be our starting gadget player. That is Isaiah Enney. While it doesn't show it here, what we did find out is that he actually has a pretty good arm. If we just go to the overall roster and make our scroll all the way over, throw power on the team, there we go. He actually comes in with the second strongest arm on the team behind a redshirt freshman for us who will not see the playing field. He's only 57 overall. So we got to try to find some ways to get perhaps some snaps down around the red zone. Might be a red zone quarterback for us. Give us a little bit more option in the running game. He's not a speedster, 77 speed there, but that is still more than our other 2 quarterbacks. So we're going to be kind of playing around with that a little bit. And while I did get most of everything set up here for us to jump straight on into some action, do need to go over some of those specialist roles. As talked about, I want Any here because I want him to get on that field. We may need to add a formation or so to ensure it. But that's going to be the focus. Again, we talked about splitting backfield carries. Sincere Rainey will be a third down. Power back will be Brown. Slot receiver, we're going to try to figure some things out here. I think at least out the gate, I do want Hardy playing in the slot. And we'll just see who ends up coming in as that third receiver to play a bit on the outside. I don't plan on that being a heavy part of our offense, but that's going to depend on how well this defense plays. With the pass rush, Logan Thomas, flip that one around, and Crable will be our primary edge rushers. Down middle, Jamario Alexander will definitely be there. Looks like Craver's trying to get in the mix here a little bit as well, but I'm going to focus more so on some big bodies down the middle to help ensure that run game a little bit more. Sub linebackers, as mentioned, Reynolds, Houston, Tagaloa Lee is just going to have to tag along. With the corner, starting with Gilbert in the slot, we'll see, of course, we are also rotating around with that 4-2-5. Having that robber safety, strong safety number 2 will be filling in at the back end. Strong safety 1 will be that robber safety moving down to the slot. Nose tackle, they only let us put in Weber here, which is a bit unfortunate because I would have rather us have our big old boy in Jamario Alexander. Obviously can't make that change. We got Any set in there. So with that all being said and done, it's time to officially see Coach Bobby Ellington's team. The schemes match. The players match that scheme. We, in fact, even brought in some new coordinators as well to help get this all going in the right track. So let's jump in. Game 1. Season 2. We've got FCS Northwest. Nice Kodiak uniforms. I do like those. Now, one thing we're going to be keeping an eye out for is perhaps our mascot being added. I did see that some new things were added for this last title update. I am hoping that it's going to be our mascot. Nothing new there for us, unfortunately. What about a crowd pattern? No. So still no Sac State crowd patterns. But let's get on into it. Game 1, Season 2. Let's get this face on out of here. Let's pause up that music. And let's see if Coach Bobby Ellington truly had a successful off-season. As we begin year 2, it's at home, starting off against an FCS opponent. Coach Bobby Ellington and his pro-style offense. Second-year quarterback, second-year running back, couple new players fitting into that mix, and an improved offensive line. We'll talk about that defense when we see them. But let's interrupt the Kodiak's run out. We got a game to play, and it looks like we get ball first. For a good chance to see this new look offense under the lights as we are underway Season 2, and the return looks to be Rainey. Almost had a gap. We'll start at the 23. Jason Moses is the first highlight player. Of course, he had some big plays for us in Season 1, one of the more athletic on the team. This team is made to run down the middle and over opponents. That's what we want to see this year. And it's going to be a handoff down the middle for Rainey. He's going to pick up 8. Great start. We might go a little bit less from the coach's call and a little bit more of us deciding things to make sure we're getting more of the looks, the personnel out there that we're trying to. We did bring in a fullback. Want to put him into work, or actually we changed a tight end to fullback. We want to see what he can do as Rainey almost breaks free. We'll take that carry, though, on first. Actually, second down, giving us that first down. Ball up to the 37. We're going to see a lot more I formation this year. Maybe a little bit more of pistol compared to shotgun, as it's another strong run here. Look to change things up a little bit. Wouldn't mind a simple pass, perhaps, to get us going. A little bit of some play action. Let's take it from the top-up view here, up to the booth. With a heavy tight end look plus the fullback. It is going to be play action. Quick throw to the running back. That's Brown out of the backfield, and he's got it close to the line. Not quite enough for the first. So 3rd and mere inches. We load up the tight ends up top. Biggs versus Biggs. But we're going to have a little shift here. Back into the backfield, we get the fullback. 2 tight ends down to the bottom, though we run weak side. Brown does have just enough. All right, let's change out of that a little bit. Get the fullback off the field. Bring in an extra receiver. And that's going to be Hardy playing the gadget. Or the slot, I should say. Play action. Off the back foot and missing. Hardy over the middle. Not a good first throw there, Isaiah Scruggs. Again, he's on thin ice this year. We've got Zion behind him who should see some playing time this year. Powerful run there from Rainey. It's through the edge, and we've got ourselves a 3rd and 6. Wanting some mesh over the middle here. Now, with that title update, did they fix it? Yeah, there was a little bit of a hard count there. Let's go. We got it here finally. Scruggs loading up to go deep downfield. It's Moses with the catch out of bounds. Part of me would like to challenge that. You know, it's a first half. Why not? Game number 1 of the season. See if we can catch ourselves a little bit lucky. It was close. I don't know if that left foot touch or actually, it was entirely out of bounds. It wasn't even Moses. That was Brown. We can go ahead and expedite that. Failed challenge. We're around midfield. We already lost 1 timeout with that challenge. We're plus side at the 49-yard line. Little hard count, no one jumps. We're still rocking with it. They bring the blitz. Scruggs, clean pocket, throws, wobbly, and off the mark. So our first drive ends with a turnover on downs. Des Frazier, the running back here for the Kodiaks. Now we'll get a chance to see what this defense can do. Not a great start, I will say, coming from a offense that I had a little bit more expectations for. We'll see if the defense can live up to theirs. Expecting a lot better play from the big boys up front. As it's play action, a little bit of some pass rush. Let's go. Get into the quarterback, forcing that incompletion. We also have a secondary that can play both man and zone this year. Maybe not so much press, but at least we've got some better options for us. As they check out of that initial pistol look, they go with a spread look. Shotgun hit the edge. Frazier close, but dumped just short. Now we're going to need a Biggs look here, and this is why we've got in all those big guys. I want to see a good push up front. In fact, let's go ahead and crunch everyone down as well. Don't like that it does that little zoom thing, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's going to be a first down, though. Kodiaks did a good enough job of getting the initial blocks. It'll be a 1st and 10 then at the 40. Trips look for them down to the bottom. And to the air they go. Quick throw, tight end screen. What is this, Stanford? A little bit of Iowa. All right, we've been playing pretty chill here. I think we need to perhaps look to bring some blitzes. We've been sitting back, letting them come to us. Now we got to go to them. Yeah, I don't like that. That's a negative for me for sure. We bring that blitz. It gets in the face of the quarterback, and we do force that incompletion. Once again, we see Weber getting back there. That's a very promising sign. Now we're going to look to play close to the line here. 3rd and 3 at the 33. It'll be a throw. Roll down to the bottom and check down over the middle. Held on to first down. Still not quite getting enough here from the defense against an FCS team as well. I was hoping to see a little bit some better coverage out the gate. Linebackers we know is going to be rough for us. Pulling guard gets in front, secures the edge. Running room for Frazier inside the 10. He's dragged down at the 6. All that improvement to the defensive line. They're not quite making the play there. Again, it's all going to depend on the DBs and the D-line this year. Frazier, though, wrapped up this time. Good flow. That is Caden Reynolds, the lurker linebacker, a guy to keep your eye on this year. Massive improvement for him in the offseason. He saw a near 10 overall jump. I'm going to check down to the sideline here this time. The second and goal at the 7. It's back to Frazier, and he's stood up once again. No gain. Let's stack the front. Make sure we got a hat on a hat and bring a little bit extra. We'll go up top. Defense looking for a stand inside the 10, force a field goal, free rusher, and he hits in the face of the quarterback. That's what we want to try to dial up on those big third downs. So field goal attempt coming then for the Kodiaks. Looking to take the first lead of the season, and they've got it down the middle. We'll jump into the next drive as well for the offense, then we'll start jumping through these a little bit more. In this opening game, we're really trying to feel things out, get to know this team, what formations are going to work best, which are not going to work all too well for us. We'll go strong eye to start this time. We're in a lot more just pure eye last time. To the sideline view. See Moses checking his alignment. It's Rainey down the middle. A lot more running room. He's got the first down. He's still scooting. I was hoping to see him break away, but we saw the moves on display right there. That's why the running game is going to lead it for us. We'll go back down to the sideline view with Coach. First and 10 at the 46. Now it's play action. Scruggs, he throws up top. That's to the former tight end, now full-time fullback. At least get ourselves a gain of 5. As I mentioned last year, I'll mention it this year, 3 to 4 yards a pop. That is all we need. Handoff down the middle, Rainey. Another first down scamper. He's at 6 carries, 51 yards. Again, I do still want to see some good rotation. The auto subs should have carried over from last year, so we should see a little bit more of Brown. Who's in the game here, though. It's play action up top to the fullback. Grinding out a game of 4. We'll see if we get a snap off one more time here in the quarter. As they get realigned, we are indeed out of time. So first quarter of the season comes to a close. We do trail by 3, but it's really just been about a possession each. We're into our second. We got that time of possession. We're running well. It's been the passing when we've gone to it. It has been a little bit lackluster. That was expected here early on as we try to figure out who the true receiving threats are of this team. But I'll get myself a little bit of a hydration there as we hit the start of the second quarter. Plus side 40, heavy tight end usage. It's going to be Brown, and he's going to be stopped up down the middle. All right, let's go pistol then. Do need the trips, or not trips, but twins to right. Good 2x1 plus the tight end. So sometimes hard count, sometimes not. That's interesting. 4-man rush. Scruggs under pressure. Bails down to the bottom. Still bailing, and he will take the sack. So another drive here for the offense that just does not amount to much. Look to punt this ball away, and we'll start jumping through a little bit quicker. Excellent punt down at the 1. Well, now I'm thinking otherwise. Now I'm thinking we go try to get a safety. Let's play down at the line here, commit inside. Force them to get a big play outside. As they do hand it off, blocks are good, and well, he skirts on through. It's a foot race. 40, 50, oppo side, and still running. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Not a single person could get in the way of Frazier on that play. FCS Northwest Kodiaks with a 2-score lead. We might need to get that guy to transfer over. That is rough. Defense definitely not starting off as well as I was thinking they would with all the upgrades we have to the front. We'll start jumping through as mentioned here. I put it off long enough. Let's see if this offense can catch a groove at all. A quick 3rd and 8. 11 yards, though, does find Desmond Hardy. We'll jump in if we get inside, I'd say about the 30 or so yard line. And, well, that's at the 31. I think that's close enough. Back to the field we go. Okay, there are some interesting little formations here at the bottom. We'll keep those in mind. A little power eye. Double fullback action here. We'll check in from the sideline. Furthest we've gone down the field yet. It's Brown. He's got some running room. He cuts down and gets the ball inside. At that 20-yard line, they mark it. For a red zone trip, then we'll go up top. Looking for a little bit more play action here. Scruggs throws down the bottom. It's caught. That is yet another grab here for the fullback. Shake things up a little bit more. He's going to get a lot of snaps this year, that is for sure. We also have a fullback on our recruiting board. Great job there, though, from the edge. Slices inside, the fullback makes the stop. It's 3rd and 7. Well, hard count, no one jumps. It's play action. Scruggs throws quick. That's going to be caught, but well short of the mark. Coach wants to go for it. We will. Keep an eye on Hardy. That would be my first look. Bunch down to the bottom. Scruggs. He's going to look to step up here. Now he's got some running room. Sliding down at the 5. 4th down conversion here for the Hornets. Looking for their first touchdown of the season. Get a better view from the sideline here. It's Rainey, the single back. But he's stopped up at the line. I'm not going to go too much hurry up here, but I would like to catch them flat-footed down inside their own end zone. Scruggs throws to the bottom and caught. We're back inside the 5. Now, this would be a good opportunity if we could find a play. Now, this has been my problem, finding a gadget quarterback slot. And it doesn't seem like we have one in a favorable formation there. Yeah, they're putting him at slot. They're putting him at running back, but they're not putting him at quarterback. Make sure we avoid any sort of negative here by letting the play clock run too much. 3rd and goal. They said 5. Scruggs throws. We've got a touchdown, first of the year. Number 83. I need to see a nameplate because I don't know that number. It's Jackson Frescues. I believe that is one of the either transfers or perhaps a JUCO receiver we brought in. He scores first here for the Hornets. On the board, we will jump forward here, see if we can build upon that. If you guys know any good formations to add that has the gadget quarterback, let me know. Again, I need to add that not only in this series, but potentially for our UAB series as well. Now, Frazier continues popping up some big runs here. So I'm worried early on about this defense. But they do get the stand there, only a 1-yard rush by Charlie Powers. That's a great name for a quarterback. We'll get the ball inside, a minute to go in the first half. We're going to look to go a little bit more spread this time around. It is a long field. I would love to get into field goal range. Since we did call that challenge, though, earlier, we will only have 2 timeouts. Lofted. I'm not against that look. I'm not against the look. I do like a good crosser, especially with time running. But just not enough room there to squeeze it in. Scruggs, this time back across the middle. It's caught, broken by 1. And picking up a decent gain is Frescues. So he's looking fairly promising early on here as that second option for the outside. 3rd and 2. It's a handoff on the draw. First down gash. Again, we're going to keep things moving here. We only got 2 timeouts. I prefer to save those for plus side as we move inside 30 seconds. Scruggs, clean pocket, throws over the middle. Will be a decent gain there, but nothing spectacular. That clock moves inside 20. Finally snapping it around 15. And that's going to be at least enough for the first down. We'll call our timeout there. We'll have one more remaining. Like to get into field goal range here for Stovall. Pretty good kicker for us last year, but we're going to need to probably get by the 40 here for that. They do back up the coverage. They rush 4. It's thrown down around the 40, caught, and finally taken down there. I think we're just going to let this clock run down a little bit. Call that timeout if that clock's going to move at all. It doesn't seem like it. Now, right when I go to hit the timeout button is when they move it. Either way, we'll call it there. And we're going to send out the field goal unit here, trying to tie this thing up at the halftime break. Stovall looking at about a 55-yard attempt. Left hash. What do we got? Accuracy looks good, or maybe not. That might have missed to the right. I would like a replay to see where that ball went. Looked like he might have had enough kick power there. Oh, come on now. That's not the kind of replay we're looking for. Where are we looking? Where does this drop? It is... I mean, if it was on target, maybe. Potential crossbar hitter. So we might be looking at a 52 as the long. That's a bit unfortunate. Let's just make sure we come out here some prevent. I don't want anything crazy happening for the Kodiaks at the end. Everyone back up in coverage. That was weird trying to get that situated. This one is lofted downfield and incomplete. All right. Safely to halftime we go. Not a strong, promising first look. I believe that is the 318-pounder guy walking off the field, Coach Bobby Ellington. He holds his weight well. It's mostly muscle. Georgia upset 35-14 in the opener of the season. Nico Iamaleva transfers to Florida State. Oglisi, 2 touchdowns. Just not enough. Let's turn things here to the second half, and we'll start jumping through this one, hopefully quicker. We want to see our guys make some plays out there. A 10-7 and Frazier again, so we've got a problem in run defense. We're going to have to try to figure that out. Plus, we're giving up free yardage here. At least 2nd and 5. Make it 3rd and 5 then. A chance to get off the field, or we give up 16. Now's the time to jump in. So it looks like our boys up front are a bit banged up. And how much running success they've had, maybe that's why. Might need to consider a little bit more rotation down the middle, keep us healthy. It's going to be a toss to the sideline here, and getting the corner, Frazier, first down. He scoots for near 14. He's at $170 on us. How are we giving up $170 to an FCS running back? He got problems. He got some problems. They go back to Frazier. Had to jump up to that top view. Couldn't see anything. We're going to stick with a heavy set here down inside the 10. The 2 up top. 1 down to the bottom. It's back to Frazier. Good block from the receiver, but that's a good open fill from the safety. And if these running backs are going to get through the 1st and 2nd level that easily, we're going to need the secondary to really have some good block sheds. Good tackles as well. It's back to Frazier, and they get them all. Not one guy gets through. We might need to focus on bringing in some good run stoppers this next season. That 2-score lead back intact. Of course, we missed that field goal before halftime that could have tied things. Let's see how we get going here offensively to start the second half. Well, 15 yards to Moses. That's a good hitter. 13-yard rush, Sincere Rainey. We are plus side. Yeah, we get around the 30, we'll definitely jump in. But right now it's 3rd and 8. Thrown away at the 44. Kind of feels like one of those situations that you're too far away to go with a field goal. But you're too close to really try to punt that ball. So 4th and 8. And now we got the running back jumping early as we're trying to get that hard count. It'll definitely be a punt. So not a good start here to the second half. We sit in a hole to the Kodiaks. They put us in hibernation, apparently. 3rd and 5. Thrown away. Good stand that time. Defense forces the 3 and out, giving us, was hoping to be a bit of a shorter field. Good run there from Rainey. We'll check back in. One of the things this year is we've got to remember we can't get away from what we are. That is a run-first team. So even down 2 possessions, we need to make sure we stick to our guns here. Handing this one off, and Rainey unable to get by. Can we squeeze out a play here before the break? Already hustling back to the line under center, and indeed we do get it off. We'll go quick throw down to the flat, and it is incomplete. We head to the 4th quarter after a lackluster 3rd, trailing by 10 and facing a 3rd and long. Big difference in this one, even despite the success of Sincere Rainey, is Ben Frazier. He's nearly doubled him. As we head here to the final quarter, we need some big plays. And big plays defensively, too, would be great. But first up, it's 3rd and 10. We got to convert this. They bring the blitz late. It's picked up. Scruggs, though, on the move up top. He throws out late. He's got a man, but overthrows Moses. You got to try to pin him deep. That was a touchdown shot, too. So Scruggs is definitely struggling. That one is out at the 12. We may go ahead and make a change in the 4th here. Is it too late? Mark a comeback. Zion McKinney will step in at quarterback. But first up, we got to get a stop here defensively. Squeeze down the interior of this line a little bit. The D line, try to clog some better gaps. Keep Frazier from running all over us as they go with a draw. There's a good fill. Houston arrives. Just need a whole lot more of that. Maybe a bunch up top, tight end to the bottom. They will look to go to the air. Pass rush is at least pushing back the line, but it's still enough time to hook up with his receiver. First down, about the 10, 15-yard in. Kodiaks with a little bit more breathing room now up to the 32. Play action off of Frazier, and in the face of the quarterback once again. You've got Will Weber. Let's go with a little bit of a corner blitz. Have like the push up front. We just need to get back there to the quarterback. Actually get some sacks. As they go with outside handoff right into the blitz, sitting him down and picking us up a favorable down to work with. We'll get 3rd and 14. Spread out the line a little bit here. We are mugging a single mug with Houston. There they go. Forcing that step up and throwing too close is what I tried to say, to Caden. Reynolds knocks it away. Defense with a stand, and we will send out a new quarterback, Zion McKinney. Hoping that he can provide that extra spark this team needs in the 4th. But look at this return by the 40, and a short field we will have. Go a little bit of some play action out the gate. I would expect defense sees a new quarterback stepping in. They're going to bet a little bit on the run game early. Get him settled in. No, instead throw quick to the tight end, who's able to almost get the corner there. That's a much better first down for us. A little bit some hurry up in here as well. We are down 2 possessions. Looking to get outside. Rainey taking that ball down to about the 40-yard line. Now, these quarterbacks have a little bit of some mobility, nothing crazy. We could fit it in the mix here and there. McKinney, though, does not get the block we needed there from big ol' 77. Dead, no gain. So 2nd and 10. Back to a similar look here, though, from the pistol. We go with a strong eye. Open running lanes down the middle. Would have liked to see him break that tackle. Rainey, though, still with a good pickup. Leaves 3rd and 2. We'll go right back to him with another open gap. A 1st down here for the Hornets. Pick up the tempo from there. Play action. Throws down to the bottom. Getting the catches, Moses. He slips 1, cannot slip the 2nd. Gain of 8. Good sharp decision there, though, from McKinney. Open lane down the middle is Rainey with a little cut, and he will get through the blocks. We got a touchdown. Play the music. Sac State in the end zone. We're not out of here yet. 17-14, barring the point after. It's going to be up to the defense to get us a stop here. Excellent job there from Rainey to let those blocks develop. All right, now defense, what do you got for us? We do get that point after 17-14. 2-yard rush by Frazier. 0-yard rush Powers. It's 3rd and 7. And a sack by Jamario Alexander. There's the 3-and-out we were looking for. And a short field to boot. Unintended. It was a bad punt. We are going to start to chew some clock a little bit here. I'd like to leave them no time as we at least tie things up, obviously going for the lead. Running room, Rainey almost breaking another. He's sitting at now a $154 on his 20th carry. We saw a lot of some highlights from him last year. Now he's the front man for this offense. Play action. Lofted, caught down around the 20. Hooking up with the tight end, Cedric Anton. He took a good bit of development in the offseason, was, I believe, tight end 3 last year. The graduation of Williams and his progression, he jumps up to tight end 1. Rainey patiently waiting for that gap to open. He does find 3. We'll let this clock run down to the 2-minute breather. Now we just got to knock it in. Ball down at the 16-yard line. 2 minutes to play. We're going to go with the pass game here. Up to Anton. He gets the catch. It'll be a short gain. Very short gain. They actually give it only about 1. 3rd and 6. And several players moving early, but it looks like they're going to get the Kodiaks drawing off the starting left tackle. That will not be a 1st down, but it will make it close. In fact, make it a 3rd and 1. Give me weak eye with a halfback gut. What are we looking like there? I can't really indicate a good double team here. Yeah, can't really do that at all, which is unfortunate. Biggs versus Biggs. Rainey spinning, but does not have it. Well, we're going to line up in it. We're going to see what the matchup looks like, and it's very favorable. Snap this ball. Get the 1st down. What's going on there? Kodiaks get the ball. How do they stop the fullback dive there? Look at how much space is down the middle. 18. Taking it to the double team. Those are our 2 best linemen. I mean, it's a bad run there. He should have tried to go inside. Obviously, there's 90 who's sliding in. And this is the consequences of going with that hurry up. Now we don't have any time. No point in challenging that either. It was definitely a stop. Frazier with Lant there from the defensive tackle. We'll call our first timeout. Try to get the ball back with minimal time remaining. Could have tied the game up if we just went with the field goal attempt. I felt like with the lineup, it would have been an easy fullback dive for the first down. Clearly, we were mistaken. 3rd and 10 here. They come out with a Biggs look. They'll hand it off, and they will not get the first down there. We will call our final timeout. Looking to get the ball back sub 30 seconds. We did have a nice return earlier. And we saw we need a sub 54-yard field goal. The power of our kicker. Need a good return here, and we couldn't split the front there. All right, now got to remember, no timeouts. And we make it happen. 22 seconds. Anton McKenzie back in at quarterback as he gets rid of it to lose yardage. Now what we're looking for here, fellas. Need to make something happen. They just bring 3, and already they get a rush. That's going to be fumbled and scooped up by the lineman. Everyone's got to hustle back as the time is ticking off the clock. How does the line let a 3-man rush instantly get back there? Final play of the game. And he loads up to go deep downfield and incomplete. We begin season 2 with a loss to FCS Northwest, giving up near 100 yards on the ground to Tez Frazier. That does not give you a promising feeling about the rest of this season, nor the camera work here inside the stadium. Kodiak's just proved too much for the Hornets. Can't say that we got a better feeling with McKenzie. In fact, let's get things ready to go here. I don't remember if I turned off my light or if I just never had it on in the first place, but definitely on now. Let's get that background music going a little bit as well. I mean, that was a rough first game. The running game worked as we expected, but the quarterbacks, they did struggle. McKinney only threw the ball 6 times, but 83% complete. No one had an interception, but it just wasn't quite enough there receiving-wise. I mean, we blew a big game here from Sincere Rainey. Didn't see a whole lot from Elias Brown. The offensive line, a little bit weird. I mean, first time playing against guys not in their own uniforms. So maybe just shaking off the rust a little bit. We'll see if the problems carry over. As for now, I mean, there's not a whole lot of changes we can make. This year, the depth is thin. We'll jump over to the next week and get ourselves ready. I believe we jump into conference play rather early in the season. Of course, that was another thing. We did change conferences in the offseason. And yeah, we got a Pac-12 matchup here, week 2 against Utah. They also lost their opening game. Colin Dixon is their highlight guy, receiver, 7 catches, 71 yards. They only managed 3 points, though, in their opener. We only averaged 14, so not much of a difference there, but they gave up 55. So we're going to see if we got a better likelihood of something happening here against Utah State. Maybe not quite. Good update here for us is Cortez Talbot, a pocket passing quarterback. And those who were not here for this part of the offseason, we are strictly going after California players. So that way we could go after the 2 stars, because we technically lost half a star, but we are still technically a 1 star-ish. So we're going after the 2 stars here, as we could go after unlimited 1+ to our prestige from our own state. So seeing at least some positives out the gate here, kind of what I have found is the best way to get us a starting spot is to just go ahead and put in these offers when these other teams do. Oftentimes I've found that they will drop off. Same thing happened here with San Jose State with Talbot. So I'm hoping that'll be the same with some of these other guys. Also might look to upgrade that 5 when we get to that point. Still trailing here for a gritty possession tight end. We could look to put in the 10, see if that makes much of a change here for us. But early on, we're mostly gauging where these guys are at, if there truly is much of any interest or not. So this board will change a lot throughout the first handful of weeks. We'll need to get an offer in here. Another offer in here. Still trailing Lorenzo Turi. We have some points to work with. We'll upgrade him to a 10. Same for Alfonso. Again, we saw how rough the offensive line play was there, so I want to make sure we are getting in some guys to start developing. Samia also still trailing for UMass. Do have some decent pitches. We're inside his top 5. I think we might move to a hard or a soft sell. Could potentially be campus personality. Not going to be that one. So one with an F. I think I would know exactly where all these are at this point. One with a C+. We're going to bank on the one with a C+. We're going to put that in. If we don't get in front after that, I think this is a guy that we're going to pull. Lawrence as well, we're still trailing. Don't have an easy way of putting 20 on him. We'd have to put 25. Looks like we're going to have to pull off here the speed rusher Tyler Thompson. We just don't have the points to try to really get into that one. In fact, there's, I think, a lot of change happening at the bottom half of the defensive side, unfortunately, of this roster. Or recruiting board, I should say. So if we're going to do that, that means we're going to need to go a little bit more aggressive here on someone like Oscar Reed. Let's go 10 points there. We'll put in the offer as well. That should give us a good boost. Christian Perkins, pure power guy. They can be very up and down on if they actually provide any sort of run stopping. Doesn't look like it's really going to be great. So I think this is one we could save some points as well. In that case, pure power for Huffman. Still nothing crazy with that block shedding. I think we'll pull on that one too. A lot more competition for Nate Doss. Block shedding just shy of 70. We'll put in a load there, though. Offer a scholarship here to try to get that boost above Fresno State. Offer has been put in by New Mexico State, so we'll look to match. For Soro, we already have that in there. Let's upgrade this to a 10. See if that keeps us battling here, but that might be one we have to pull off here soon. Upshot doesn't seem like we have the points to go after him. From a zone cover type, go ahead and give him 5. See if that can keep us in front of Sam Houston. Probably got to pull off of Russo. Looks like I've got to pull off of Verrett as well. Looks like we're going to pull off of Pitt, but we do have the points to then go after Rudolph. We're in these battles, but we just don't have the extra points right now. We'll let it sit for now. see how things look after the next week, and then we're going to have to start probably making a lot more harder decisions, really narrowing down that board. We want to make sure we get in at least a few games here today. Let's get us ready for game 2. And you can play, so can you. All right. Now that we got that first game out of our systems, maybe now we're ready to actually play some ball. As we open up Pac-12, which is more like Pac-9 games. Facing Utah State. 2 similarly rated teams. Oh, why don't we do a stripe out? A little bit of some fun in here. Let's get that face on out of here. We don't need to see any more of that. We'll pause up the music as well, as one of these 2 teams will come away with their first win of the season. We're on the road facing Utah State. Week 2, our Pac-12 opener. You guys think we're going to perform any better, any worse than how we saw ourselves play against FCS Northwest? The Kodiaks ran all over us. Did we just give these teams a blueprint to success against our defense? As we make our way to the sideline, get ready to kick off this game, we're going to find out. Good news is, it's offense out first. Chance for us to stake claim early on. Sincere Rainey coming off a big game. He picks us up 18 yards on the return. Jason Moses, didn't really see a whole lot from him. Scruggs back in at starting quarterback. And we're going to try to play that position a little bit by ear. Who just gets the better groove of things. We saw the highlights that Scruggs can provide last season. And we saw him not have any turnovers in week 1, so that is an improvement off of last year. Just need to see if he's got that instinct. It takes us to the next level. Big hit in the backfield. Rainey is dropped. Vaughn Williams slicing through the line. He's a 3rd and 3 at the 25. Oh, hard count, nothing from it. Scruggs. He's stepping up. He's throwing downfield. Incomplete. Offense doesn't go very far. We'll see if the defense matches the level of success. It's a short field here, but knocked away by Aaron Scott. Only 1 yard by C.C. Hall. A quick 3rd down, and we give up 17 to LeBron Bond. Thought we're about to see LeBron James playing some football. We'll jump out onto the field here. Utah State, they're down inside the 30. Drop back pass and throwing over the middle. Caught, first down, Utah State. It'll be a red zone trip. If you hear any noise in the background, just the lady coming in from work to say hello. Handoff downfield and almost into the end zone. C.C. Hall. We'll see. All right. Now with the luck from the lady coming in, can the defense get a stop? We'll go up top here. This is a good view. Why don't most of the stadiums have this view? C.C. Hall denied at the line. That's a big hit. We're going to stick with the big boy set as well. That was Tugaloa Lee. At least seen someone on this linebacking group make a play. At the 2. They go back to Hall, and he follows his blocks. That's a score for Utah State. The Aggies claim the lead here early on. Sac State's defense still leaving a little bit to be desired there in the run game. A couple decent plays, but ultimately they don't get off the field. C.C. Hall. I wonder if it's something in the sim, the fact that we have a edge playing defensive tackle that is just allowing those kind of problems despite the ratings actually being good for run defense. I don't know. We'll see if the offense gets going here. Their second time out. Well, Tyler Jackson, he's getting a sack. It's 3rd and 18. We do get 13, but that is still short. We're going to have to punt that one away. Better punt this time. Brockhouse flipping the field. Our best play so far, and then we give up 29 yards to Pachikayo? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that one correctly. A quick 3rd down, and a stop there from the defense. So we give up one big play, but then we answer. Let's jump in here to start this offensive drive. Yeah, definitely expected a little bit more here from the O-line. It is a stronger group than we had last year. Better scheme fit, but it's the backside. It's just not holding up. Tay Crumpler. We lose 2 on first. It's 2nd and 12. Play action, quick throw. That's going to find the fullback who's going to pick up about the lost yardage. Not much more. We may switch around quarterbacks at the quarters. Scruggs throws to the flat, and it's just off the mark. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll put in Zion here. See if he can maybe do a little bit more. A little bit more time left in the game as well. We'll just say that spring training, spring game, all that wasn't enough to truly decide our starting quarterback. And 29 more yards to Kayo. Oh, then a loss of 2 goes to C.C. Hall. And an incomplete pass. To start the second quarter, it is 4th and 12 at the 40. And they do punt away, so we're starting back at the 10 this time. New quarterback to lead the drive. Offensive line, though, still struggling to open up these lanes. We're going with a top-up view probably for a good chunk of this game. It's just really good. Following the pulling guard, and Rainey trying to get outside. He's got 7. You can tell he's been stopped up, though. 5 rushes for only 14 yards. No one jumping early. Follow those blocks. That's another good run. And we didn't see much rotation in that first game. We'll see if we see a bit more in the second. Right now we got I form, a heavy look. And it's a handoff down the middle. Elias Brown will find 2. Kind of playing around a little bit with the play or the coach suggestions right now. See how well it fits what I was imagining this offense was going to look like. And McKenzie spikes that one into the turf. So definitely not much of a running threat, it seems. He's not reading those gaps all too well. Bunch up top of the 3rd and 8. They bring extra, leaving a man open downfield, and he hooks up with Hardy. 40, 30, 20, incoming defender, drags him down inside the 5. No big hitting touchdown there, but getting us down inside the 5, and we're going to go hurry up there. Both sides probably going to be depleted of energy. As we go with a draw, it's Rainey. Stopped up at about the 2. I like that, though. Now, do we have any other formations here that give me a gadget at quarterback? No? Yeah, if you guys know, leave it in the chat because we've got a guy I would like to bring in these situations. We found, unfortunately, after we were able to move players around, so we couldn't move him to quarterback. Especially as he's an NIL guy, but going up and in. Elias Brown, we're not going to forget about your music. That's a touchdown on the board. Tie this one up. He literally put his body on the line for that one. Going up. Defender met him in the air, but couldn't keep him out. First touchdown of the year for the senior. We're going to have to really work on a running back then for next year. We're not sold that Rainey's coming back. It was a bit of work for us to get him to come back even this year. 3rd and 7. And there's another stand from the defense. So a slow start, but perhaps picking up some pace here. As we get ball with a fumble. Recovered by Rashad Bradley. Good thing I just got that queued back up for availability because it is Aggie ball. Looks like there might have been an injury on that play. 15-yard reception. They are down around the 8-yard line, and it's a touchdown to Nico Encore. Marcus Stokes with the toss. That's going to give us the ball back here. About 3:20 to left. 3:20 to left? 3:20 left in the first half. And I recorded a massive episode tomorrow earlier before this stream. 3 games coming your way for the UAB series tomorrow. Make sure you're there for that. Would have loved to see Brown stay in bounds, turn up field, but at least we pick up 2 with 2 defenders coming in hot. They're at Zion McKinney. McKinney. What is our quarterback's name? I think I've said both McKinney and McKenzie. It's McKinney. We should probably get our quarterback's name right. McKinney hands this ball off and getting north, close to the first down, but not quite enough there, I believe. That was Brown. A weak side blast. Biggs versus Biggs. I form. And we got a good set. You got to get through your blocks there better. Got to get through. That should have been a massive run. We'll take the first down. Don't get me wrong. That should have been it. We're going to flip things here. I want Moses going deep. Hardy's a better crossing. Oh, it's a double pass. Should probably double check the plays we're selecting. That is a massive loss, John Luck. Yeah, it even says halfback pass. That's what you get for not reading. Well, let's see if we can maybe get a little slip screen action in here after the 2-minute breather. That's a bit unfortunate. Thought we might have had an actual play set up there. Instead, 2nd and 19. And we do get a halfback screen out. Don't get the big block. That would have set us up for a potential first down on that play. Aggies calling a timeout here too. They want the ball back. We got a Y cross. Not from a favorable formation though. Go PA stretch slot here. Keeping an eye on Kuntz. No hard count, nothing from it though. Play action. Pressure from the backside. It's flipped forward. And not going to get very far. So timeout called. Utah State. They will get another possession here in the first half. Big Blue is loving it. See if we get another field flipping punt. A lot of air underneath it. Not quite there to get the stop. Oh, that's a big hit. Tell me who that is. I believe that's Houston. All right, now defense, let's get a stand here. Let's not give up any more points here in the first. Let's take it to the second half where it is Utah State ball as well to start. Not much of a rush there. Quarterback steps up and releases downfield. That is going to flip it as this is caught down around about the 42 or so yard line. They still have about a minute and a half to work with as they get back to the line. One timeout in their back pocket. We bring the heat, getting through. Caden, and it's going to hit the turf. That's one thing I've noticed here in this game. It is actually really hard to get a sack. Quarterbacks are a lot better at throwing it out there late, avoiding some lost yardage. So 2nd and 10 then. They'll stop the clock. They motion out CC up top. Be an empty set. A little bit of some pass rush, and again, quarterback gets it out. We're close to another sack right there. 3rd and 10. Spread out that D-line a little bit. This is pure pass rushing situation. But wide open for the first down. Where's the man coverage there? Specifically ran man coverage. Make sure we had a hat in the hat. First down for the Aggies. And a decleating block up front. Throwing to the flat and a good wrap-up tackle. I believe that was Scott. See if we can dime up a little bit of a blitz here. That's going to work in our favor. 26 seconds, quick rush, forces a quick throw. It's caught by Kaio. About the 16. They mark him down. Still that one timeout for the Aggies. Stick with the double A gap look, though we're going to drop the backers into coverage. And sitting at a good spot there was Caden. So he's making, or at least is around the ball quite a lot, which is more than I could say for a lot of our linebackers last year. In fact, I don't really remember their names because they didn't play well. Pressure building, pressure hits, but the ball once again is out and incomplete. Go the load mug here. Drop it back yet again. 8 seconds left. I prefer them to catch this inbounds prior to the first down marker. Rush again forces an incomplete pass, and that's going to be field goal opportunity for the Aggies, looking for that 2-score lead before the break. Right hash, about a 33-yarder is no doubt. Down the middle here, 99 connects, and we'll look to take this one through halftime. 17-7. Just looking a bit all too familiar. No halftime update for us this time around. Want to make sure we get through a couple more games, and it's going to be defense out first. We give up 14. Chance to get off the field, 3rd and 3, and there's the stand from the defense at the midfield line. They went for it and come up short. So a short field then for us. We've got to take advantage of it. Let's hit the field. Let's look to get this running game installed. Make something happen. That could be a big momentum swing here for us. Big running lane for Rainey as he takes the ball by the 35-yard line. We don't quite have that breakaway speed yet at the spot, but he's close. At the 31, it's play action. McKinney throws, hooking up with Anton, who scoots inside the red zone, taken out the 13-yard line. I don't know. I feel like McKinney might have a little bit more of that edge to him right now than Scruggs. Rainey, though, stood up down the middle. I think that's a sign to change up the look, perhaps. Do we have gadget quarterback in this one? No. I need a gadget quarterback somewhere, my guys. I got a guy with potential just waiting on the sideline. There'll be some play action here. McKinney throws on the dig route, close to, but not quite enough for the first down. We'll hustle it back up to the line, though. Actually, let's check out of that. Don't like the look. Through the air, McKinney throws, touchdown, Sac State. There we go. A great start to the second half. A defensive stand and a following touchdown coming off the turnover on down. Desmond Hardy, his first here with Sac State. A well-timed throw as well. We're going to rock with McKinney for a little bit here. See if he is indeed the guy for us. (17-14). Defense is playing pretty well when we're not watching, so we might just stick with that. Good. First 2 plays, let's get off the field here. No. Kaio again. Someone cover the tight end. 3rd and 9. There we go. That should be a punt forced. Indeed it is. We'll get the ball at the 23-yard line. We'll keep jumping through to start at least. Big play, Jason Moses. And we are plus side. We'll jump in inside the 30. Or if we need, now it's 3rd and inches here. That's going to be enough for the first down. Cedric Anton. Or Intone? Isn't that the name of the guy from, oh, not an RPG, but like the world had a post-apocalyptic, you're in Russia and there's aliens or something. Aliens are black. Why can I not think of what? Metro. Isn't that the guy from Metro? I don't know if I have any Metro fans in here right now. Quite different than football, but I believe that's his name. 2nd and 9 here, though, for McKinney. Play action. They bite on it. Quick throw is caught, but not much coming off of it. About 4 yards there to Hardy. And we are out of time here in the 3rd. So to the 4th we go with an opportunity to tie or an opportunity to take a lead early in the 4th quarter. Marcus Stokes is doing a pretty good job of spreading that ball around, but favoring Kachikayo, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. It's probably nothing close, but I'm doing my best. Let's get to the 4th quarter then. I had a nice play drawn up, and I want to get back to it. And from a spread look here, but the defense doesn't quite spread out. Got about a hat for a hat, +1 in the box here. I trust our running game, though. It's Rainey with some great blocks. He's got the first down to the 9. I said hurry up. Not what you did. Still a problem in this game. Sometimes the buttons don't do what you ask them to do. Wouldn't be a bad time to try a little bit of some play action. Down at the 9-yard line, it's weak eye. Play action here. McKinney goes quick. That's to the fullback. Still need to learn his name, but he does get us down to about the 9. That is Sutton. Pretty decent fullback name. Nothing crazy, but I'd say at least an average fullback name. And they were prepared for that run. All right, so what do we got then? Gonna need a medium pass here. A Texas route wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go, McKinney. Keep your eye on, it's either Kuntz, I think it's Kuntz on that Texas route. It's covered well, though. McKinney under pressure just gets rid of it. We're going to have to settle up this time for hopefully a tied ball game. We got aggressive last week. It did not pay off for us. Stovall ties us up 17-17 in the 4th. And that makes sure we don't lose too much momentum. But still, we need this defense to continue making some progress here. We haven't seen them force a turnover yet. That would be nice. The time we got left in this game. Still plenty of time, though, to jump to the sim screen. And a penalty has them backed up to the 3. How? What did they do on that return? Either way, we're going to take it to the field here now. We're not going to get too aggressive. We paid for that against FCS Northwest. We gave up a near 95-yard touchdown. 1st and 10. They do hand it off. And, oh, I didn't even see CC there. I thought we had him wrapped up, but then he bounced it to the outside. Gain of 2 there for the Aggies. Every little bit they could get here to breathe is nice. Middle does look pretty vacated here from the defense with a 5-man front. It is CC wrapped up. That's the big transfer. And Alexander, and he is feeling the pain right now. Now, I do want to send L blitz, but I don't want to send them all. 3rd and 9 at the 3. Looks like we do have a hat for a hat. I expect him to go with a pass, so let's make sure the defense is prepared for that. No, it's a draw instead, but we are there to wrap him up. Now bring that rush here. Block the punt. Get a quick special teams touchdown. That'd be nice. But the punt is away. We'll be caught back around the 37 or so with a short return. They'll give us the 40. Game is tied up. Now it's time to put that run game to work. 5:40 on the clock. 17-17 ball game. Brown, can you please run to the open field? You know, honestly, haven't been impressed with Brown. Running back is one of our deepest spots. Godley, check on in here for us. I want to see what you can do. Make sure we also get Godley in here as the backup for the third down back as well. We're benching for right now Elias Brown. His field of vision is just horrific. Go the handoff. Trying to find that space and picking up a decent little bit. I believe that was Godley. Pretty bold name, if you ask me. But a 3rd and 4. Rainey's in the backfield. Tried that hard count, no one jumps. You got a man open over the middle, but no, it's thrown the other way, and it's caught. First down, McKinney. That is Kuntz. He was the one who was playing that fullback role for us last year. Now he's taking over that tight end 2 role with a larger role in the offense still. Rainey with the carry. He picks up 3. We'll just continue working with this run game, but it's been that weak side, which tells me, again, if we could have a spot to put in that gadget at quarterback, going with a read option could be great. Let this clock run down a little bit here as they bring the blitz off one side. It's Godley the other side, but we don't get the ceiling block that could have sent him up the sideline. Now a decision to make here. We're at the 41. Field goal, I think, would be just too far. That's a 58-yarder. We know we don't have that. We have to punt this one away with 4th and 11. Hoping to hit them in deep. Good loft on that kick, angling towards the sideline and out at the 8. We'll take it. Brockhauser, he's come to play. Now we need the defense to come to play it right here. Want to be a bit aggressive on first down, especially as they are backed up inside their own 10. We're sending the blitz off the top. Just in front of the 2-minute break. They go with a draw into the blitz, and there's no gain. I do like that play call, though, for them going with the draw there. Inside the break we go. Another tight game late. This time we have all of our timeouts. Utah State has 2. No motion there, man in tight. That's Kaio. He's been a big guy, and still we can't get the sack. Oh, we were right there. That one would have been for the lead. I believe the hit took place inside the goal line. But back out of the blitz I had designed there. 3rd and 10. Got to get off the field. And it's overthrown. Looked like, I believe that was Adam Taylor. Apologies, Taylor. Looked like he was looking for the pick, but it was sailed too high for even him to get to. And we almost get back there for a block, but this should be a short field. Great job on the kick coverage. All right. Couldn't get into range last time. Got to get at least into range this time. Stovall can hit from inside 54. Godley with the run. He's going to pick up about 3. We go a little bit hurry up off of that, though. Just trying to see if we can catch the defense sitting flat-footed. We haven't really got much hurry up, and it's up the seam. What a throw, McKinney. That is field goal range. Yeah, we're rocking McKinney. I believe that was caught by Kuntz. Moses in motion here is going to make it tight. Going with a toss to the bottom, though they are ready for that. Wrapped up for the loss of 3. Said I like their decision earlier with the draw. We're going to go with the draw here. And there's some running room for Rainey. He almost found his way through. Timeout comes in from the Aggies. Now they are out of timeouts here. Now we're going to go with that read option. I've been trying to set this up all game long. And he hands it off Godley, but he cannot break through the pack, but does set us up for just about a straight-ahead shot. We're going to let this clock run all the way down. We will call a timeout, and we will send out Stovall. Well, it is about 25 seconds to run off the clock here. So take your time, catch your breath, get a refreshment if you need. I'm going to do the same. We'll say those tiny little Gatorade Zero packs, they pack a punch. I don't think it would flavor the full cup, but it actually did pretty well. This is not sponsored, mind you. It's just my first time trying one. Call a timeout there with 22 seconds left. This time we're looking for the lead. Field goal was to tie last game. Stovall, what do you got here for us? And it's good! Hornets with the lead and no timeouts for the Aggies with 19 seconds to spare. All on our side now. The Stripes have quieted down up in this crowd. I do like this stadium, though. It's really nice, especially for another smaller school here. All right, they'll get the ball at the 21. We're going to go from up top here. That way we also get a view of the sideline celebrating for us, right? Cross your fingers, knock on wood. As he throws off that back foot, incomplete. Good coverage. That time, Jonte Gilbert. 11 seconds remain, still no timeouts. The tackle inbounds here could just about end it. As he dances around the pocket, he throws out late. One-on-one downfield, and it's picked off. That's your ball game. Give me the name. Only 6 I know is Billingsley, and that's over with UAB. I got to know who made the play to seal our first win in the Pac-12. That is Warren Smith Jr., the backup free safety. He's kind of our our safety number 4. The senior makes the play, and that's a win here for us on the road to open up Pac-12 play. We get the dub first of the season for Coach Ellington and company, and it came through a low-scoring affair. But I think we may have found our quarterback. I'm really liking what I've seen here from Zion McKinney. Last game, plus 80% completion. That came nearly 90% complete. He's just making some good throws and making some good decisions. He paired that with a good run defense and hopefully a defense that's giving you some stops like we've seen today. Sky's the limit. Well, that's a pretty big turnaround from what we were saying last time. Get that light turned back on here. And that means the face is coming back. Hey, how you doing? Play that background music as well. Now, before we hop on out of this game, I do want to just try to grab a quick screenshot. Tell me we can't go into the one with the game-winning field goal? All right, what about the game-sealing interception? I want to see Coach's reaction here. He does not look 6'6", 340 pounds on this sideline. Got anything good here? I like the celebration, but I need you to face outside. I need to go with something a little bit more low angle here. Well, that's decent. That's maybe something I could work with. I've been doing a lot more of the AI make an image that kind of just provides a touch that the game doesn't have. But, I've heard a lot from people about not wanting to watch anything, any channel that uses AI whatsoever. So we're trying out some new things with the thumbnails. I'm also using technically new software. It is an updated version of what I was using now over on the same computer that I do all the streaming and video recording on. It's a little bit weird. It might just be that I'm used to so many things and they're just slightly different. Of course, going from a PC to a Mac as well. But let me know your guys' thoughts on those thumbnails. They'll be rolling out in these next week, throughout this next week and stuff. But now we got to go probably make some tough decisions early on about some of these recruits. We got Texas State up next. Now, I'm wondering if we beat Texas State now, if that will change from an X to a check. Since technically we didn't go through all of the AD expectations last year. We didn't get anything new. But last year it did say beat NDSU. So I'm wondering if it's just a little bit of a glitch. And maybe we could get that completed after this next game. Who knows? We'll find out if we get that dub, right? Well, let's start making some tough decisions. Because we do need to narrow things down here versus what's real and what's probably not real. Now, Cortez Talbot. Pretty strong starting medium accuracy. Awareness could be better. Excuse me. A little hiccup action there. But if we could save some points elsewhere, perhaps we could really push hard in that battle. We will go ahead and drop off the JUCO Junior. And we do look pretty good here with these two. So we're looking good at running back. In fact, there's no competition there right now. And we need to save some points. So we're going to half what we're doing there. Because we do need to look at running back. Right now, we are at risk of every running back leaving after this season. Just due to the typical transfer stuff. Yosefa Fatou. Not really liking us too much right now. But no one else is going after him, so we'll keep that as it is. Morgan Big Hill. Again, receivers, I mean, they're a need for us. But I think that might be more of a transfer case situation. And we're struggling with all of these tight ends, which was really unfortunate. So we're going to have to try to narrow things down to one specific tight end. Melvin Freeman, you're a vertical threat. You don't fit our offensive scheme, so that's an easy decision to make. We're going to pull off of Simon here because we're still technically working on Williams and Haskins. Good battles, though, with some of these other guys, and unfortunately it doesn't look to be going all too well. I think Torrey we're going to have to pull off on. Alfonso as well. But we'll go a little bit harder for Isaiah Lamb. We just have to try to work with what we can here. We don't have a lot of points, so we have to be smart with our push. Now, we could look to jump in front here for Reed because Fresno State dropped off there. ULM, though, is making a push, so we have to make a decision. One of these guys has got to go. A bunch of different speed rushers. And I think by those gauges, it's pretty simple here. Kyle Lawrence is going to be off our board. We're going to save 15 points there. We'll go back through and retransfer around these points next time, or after we get through all of this, I should say. Nate Doss, do need some help at DT. He is a power rusher, though the finesse looks really high. I mean, I don't think it's a massive push for us right there. What are we looking at defensive tackle-wise? We do have 2 seniors, 3 freshmen. So DT is still a need. That one just doesn't look promising right now. We would have to dump a lot of points there. So we're going to move on from Nate Doss. We're in the running there. We're in the running there. We have fallen well behind, and we are out on Soro. He's a JUCO guy. Mike, we're looking great there. We could definitely put more points in on Crummy. We put more points here into Rudolph, and I'm just not sure it's really going to help us out. In fact, I think we're out of both of these safety spots. And then Winbush, maybe we could make a better push for him. Even though it was Winbush, push. Close enough. It rhymed at least. All right, what are we looking at then moving forward? We got 145 hours to work with. We are a top 5 right now, but we just don't have great information here. Let's see what the soft sell could potentially look like. We know what his deal breaker is. That's the championship contender. Could potentially be hometown hero. Is not conference legend. So it is hometown hero. Now, if I pull up my handy dandy recruiting calculator, we talked about this last time, collegefootball.gg. We have an A+, F, D. They're saying send at the house. That would tell me, obviously, we don't have points for send the house. So we will go with the contact friends and family, see if that push is enough here for Cortez Talbot. Fine there with the running backs, fine there with the fullback, fine there with the receiver. Do need to do more here for Edibali. We are not inside the top 5 yet. But we'll go 25 here. See if that gives us a significant jump or not. If it doesn't, we got to cut him away next time. No interest here from either of these guys. What might just help us is just offering up that scholarship. No. Haskins. So we already gave the scholarship here to Haskins. We'll see if that helps, at least for Williams. Good race here. It is tight. We will jump that up by 5. We may come back and give that a 25. We are inside the top 5 here for Samia. And we actually have a pretty decent looking pitch here. We were already soft selling that. So let's upgrade that to a hard sell. Not edit scholarship. Hard sell. Wish there was a quicker, easier way of just upgrading that. Probably if I just remember what the icon looked like. That would be a pretty quick way of doing it. So Jeffrey Samia right now is our top guy we're going after at 6'6", 227 too. He is an athlete who can maybe play a little bit of edge and maybe rush DT. Reed, we know we need to upgrade him a little bit. We will give him the 5. Again, for now, we'll come back with some of these guys to add more if we believe we can. Signal Caller, it is a neck-and-neck race. We might be able to get away with the 5. We will upgrade Tinker here to go the 25 for now, because we're getting closer to the edge. And for Crummy, I would love to jump well ahead here, so we will go with a 25. And then we'll go back to those guys that we can and give them a bigger push. Though Winbush, we definitely need that bigger push. We're going to add on 15 with the contact. So 25 there. Was it Kinoy? I think that we added the 5 too. We'll switch him out. We've got the points to do it. Give him 25 as well. That leaves us 15 extra. Was it the offensive line guy that we needed to add more to? Oscar Reed, I believe so. We will still have 5 extra points as well, if we feel like anyone really needs it. Can't add any more here to Lamb, unfortunately. We're not inside the top 5 yet. He already has his scholarship offer. So just taking one quick check then. California receivers. Did I miss out on any 2 stars I feel like I should add? There are quite a lot. Physical route runner could potentially fit in. We're also looking for guys who have no offers. Ty Bobo, 6'4", 184. Gadget doesn't quite fit. Elusive route runner with interest. Isaac Short, you're the guy I'm looking for. We'll give you the 5 just to introduce ourselves. There we go. Yeah, we're min-maxing as much as we can here with the 275. Weekly practice plan. We'll jump into at least one more game. We're sitting about an hour and a half. What time is it? 6:30 Pacific. We did suffer an injury in that game. Tevin Brown. He's going to be out for 3 weeks with a torn labrum. So we're going to be down a safety. Already pretty light at that group. And we're going to go no practice here for Jamario Alexander. Try to get that foot completely healed up, though the re-injury risk is still increased. Yeah, no, Crable, you're playing. We'll go no practice as well for Anton. I want to get that risk of injury all the way down. Same as well for Hector. Again, because we're so light at position groups this year, we may just not practice as much with some of these guys to ensure they are at a healthier spot for games. One thing I've gone through across both seasons, or all series now, a little over 2 years, and I haven't had a single practice injury. So I'm not even sure if that's a real thing in the game anymore. Texas State. Lakey Leon? That's two names in one. A receiver here. Also, those images, they look like AI as well. I think EA used a little AI. But he's their top receiver. They do average a few more points than we do a game. About one score more. But they also give up about 10 more points than we do. So we've got an interesting matchup here with Texas State. They're 0-3. Let's see if we can make them 0-4. See if we get our first win at home this year. Now, we went green out last time. What do black focus on? They focus a little bit more on the gold then. What color do we got with the white? Is it green or is it gold? It is gold. Yeah, that's what we're rocking with for sure. Do we got secondary with the gold? Yes, we do. That's it. That's the uniform right there, which means Texas State. We got to give you gold and black. No, we're doing the black. I want to give you... You have a maroon helmet? Why do you have so many helmets? Okay, we're going to go with a script originally. We'll give them the script there. We'll give them some maroon pants as well. There we go. Got to make sure that our quarterbacks aren't getting confused out there. Still, yeah, wish we had some fun things to do with our crowd. But let's get this face on out of here. Let's pause up the music. We've caught in a groove with our offense. We need to make that change at quarterback before we jump into this game. Might make the change at running back as well. As we return to Sacramento. Did we pick up a win? We were embarrassed here against FCS Northwest to open up the season. We got a new uniform set to rock, so hopefully that gives us the extra juice we need. But let's not forget, we got to break the news to a couple of our players. Scruggs, you're on the bench, making some money, though. And Godley, you're getting called up here to running back 2. Could have taken this the other way around, that's for sure. Get Godley there as well, and power back will indeed be Rainey and Godley in second. In fact, Godley, take the start. Take the start. Now it is going to be defense out first. We'll jump into a drive with the defense, see how they get on, and if we get ourselves a good start to this game, looks like there may be some potential of some rain later on in this one. A little bit of an overcast. As Jamel Hardy at 90, or just about 90 speed, coming in at 89. We did upgrade a good bit of our athleticism in the offseason, so we should be able to maintain step for step with a lot of these guys. Now, we are missing one of our safeties, so we probably will actually favor the nickel in this one and utilize more of our cornerbacks than our safeties. First and 10. It's a handoff down the middle, and he is denied at the line. Caden Reynolds, yet again, making the plays. We might have found ourselves an actual promising player for the future. I believe he's a younger guy to try to build around. Spread empty look here. Let's jump up to the booth. We bring that blitz. Passes out clean, and it's a first down here for the Bobcats. Nearly getting back there, though, for the sack. I feel like I might have a sneeze coming on. If I move away from the mic, you know why. First and 10 at the 35. It's a handoff. And finding the gap, picking up 7. I think I might have fought off that sneeze. Bam's been a little bit sick, so hopefully I don't catch it. I got some work to do. 2nd and 3. Play action. Here comes the blitz, and again, the pass is out just before the rush arrives. Can't even buy a sack at this point. Let's have him crowd the line, though. The 3rd and 3. We bring the heat. Passes out. And there's a good open field tackle. Cole Pryor is short. Adam Taylor with the tackle. That's a defensive stand here. First drive as Texas State brings out the punting team. They will boot this one away. Really good boot, but it does bounce into the end zone. We'll take the ball then at the 20. I do like Texas State's uniforms. They are nice. Zion McKinney getting his first start. Sophomore quarterback from Seattle, Washington. I believe he's averaging probably around a 86% complete. Handoff down the middle and a lot of running room goes Rainey. He's got the middle by midfield. He's at the 40, 30. This place is rocking. Touchdown, Hornets. The first play of offense. And the announcer messes it up, stumbling on the word first. Sincere Rainey, though, he didn't stumble. He got the carry, and he took it straight down the field, untouched. Just about there. Weaving through the defense, a bit of a weak arm tackle. Tried to grab the thigh, but bounced off easy. Sincere Rainey. I know you guys hit the thumbs up for that one. It was good enough despite that stumble of words. I think Sincere Rainey earned it. 80-yard touchdown to get us going offensively here at home versus Texas State, who has not won a game yet. Oh, they do pick up 9 on their first play to follow. Quick 3rd and 1, though, and it's thrown away by Austin Novosad. Why does that name sound so familiar? That's not the quarterback. They went for it on 4th, and they don't get it. It's a turnover on downs. Cole Pryor. Wow. That's not the quarterback, though, we had with Coach Moreau's prequel series, right? Honestly, forgot what his name was, but the name just sounds really familiar. Toss up top here, Rainey. He's got the edge. 30, gets the juke, 20, 10, 5, and back again. Sincere Rainey. 2 carries, 2 offensive plays, 2 touchdowns. Welcome to the Pac-12 Sac State. And for some reason, Texas State. No idea, but they're there. Sincere Rainey. Give a shout out to the blocking as well as they sealed the edge. Talk about a fast start. Man, I might need to catch my breath a little bit. Last time I gave the thumbs up. How about this time you guys hit that bell icon in the bottom right-hand corner or that sub button down below if you are new. Or if you've been watching for a long time, just simply haven't done it yet. It is completely free. I do know most people watching are not subscribed, so feel free to. Stick around for all the crazy things we get into here. The 3rd and 9, and we give up 8. Ty Stamey. Now, they went for it around the same spot last time. They came up short. This time, they do punt it away. And now we'll actually have to drive the length of the field. It's our first offensive drive to not hit on the first play, but we do pick up a big one there to Moses. Couple short plays back-to-back, and a penalty is not going to help us out. 3rd and 14, but we get 18. No problem, Desmond Hardy. He saw we added another receiver to the board, so he's trying to make sure that he locks things down or perhaps gets his money for next year. Handoff here to Rainey. This time he's going to be denied. Already sitting at $124. Sorry, headphone users. At the 31, we go to the air. McKinney will roll. He throws late, but overthrows the center of the field. Not too often have we seen him miss that. 3rd and 8. Can he come through this time? Try that hard count. No one jumps. They bring a late blitz. Well, the pass is over the middle and caught close to and at the marker for the first down. You got to have a halfback draw somewhere in here. No? All right. Simple base then. Get that pulling guard. Open up some running lanes here for Godley. He picks up 5. Let's see if he just has some better mechanics in terms of reading where to actually run the ball, though. It does look like Elias Brown is checking in here. He'll get the draw down the middle of the field and picking up that first down. So still going to see a few different backs. That is the goal. We'll jump up top here, though. But I definitely want to focus on Rainey and Godley as the first 2 options, at least for now. Though Brown is open. No, instead we go over the middle. That one is caught. I believe Frescues. He had a touchdown, first one of the season. Haven't seen him hit the end zone yet, or since, I should say. 2nd and goal. They bring the blitz. Throws too short, but a safe throw. What about a little wide receiver screen? Let's see what the look is like, and I don't love it. We're going to try something here. And it's going to be quarterback draw. And McKinney's got the touchdown. Play the music again. That's 3 touchdowns for us to end the first quarter. That's more than we've been averaging a game in points. All coming here against Texas State. Gotta feel good about that. We'll hit the PAT here and take it to the quarter break. Gotta love those numbers. 141 yards rushing, 63 passing, 4 for 4 on 3rd downs. I'm about out of my Gatorade. Gonna be hard to keep the vocal cords lubricated if Rainey keeps breaking off all these runs. We'll start jumping along a little bit more here, though, as we get into the second quarter. Big play, Cole Pryor. Prior to that, they really didn't do much. You know I'm quick with those. 3rd and 8, and there's a stop. Austin Novosad. I got to take a look at this guy's profile. Is he our Big Ben 2.0? Austin Novosad, 6'3", 206. I don't think so. I don't think that's the guy we had. It looks like we're going to get that ball back here. Office sitting at a lovely 79 degrees in here. A little carbon monoxide. Didn't hurt anyone, right? We get our first drive of this second quarter underway. Big first down there, Davion Godley. Keeping the drive moving. And just enough there again from Cedric Anton. 18-yard rush by Godley. 14 more goes to Elias Brown. Again, we're getting a good rotation in here. Thrown away, 3rd and 8. It's also thrown away. We'll settle in here for the punt. That's rough. Thought we were at least in field goal range there. We say up by 3 scores and 23 yards to Graves. He finally makes the play. They highlighted him pregame. We haven't seen him do much. Jay Crabble does finally get the sack, though. Been waiting for that. 3rd and 10, and we give up 18 more back to Graves. Let's jump in here defensively, because I have a suspicion they're running a lot more of the 4-2-5 as our typical formation, which again, with our safety injured, we are trying to rely a little bit more on the nickel. Thrown to the flat, and that'll be about 4. They're actually giving 5 on it. See if we get a little bit more rush in here. So that will be after the breather. Inside 2 minutes of play, both teams do have 3 timeouts. Novosad will look to pass the ball quick with it, and he hits the slant. I believe that one might be Graves back again. No, that is Hardy. They've got a Hardy as well. Change things up a little bit here, down inside the red zone. As they go play action. Check down quickly, breaking one and picking up a hard-earned 8 yards there. Novosad now over 100 yards passing. It's been a slow start, but Texas State looking to get on the board here before the first half comes to a close. They go quick, beating the blitz. 1st and goal. Good read there. They find Ty Stamey. We're 4 yards away. It's now heavy versus heavy. Play action, throws, incomplete in the end zone, but there's a flag. They're going to get a late hit on the quarterback? Alexander looked to get there pretty bang to me. It's only half the distance, so we could stomach that one. Just gives them a 1st and goal instead of a 2nd and goal following the incompletion. From pistol. And diving across, it is a touchdown here for the Babcocks. Babcocks? Bobcats. I said it's been a long day of recording. This is my 6th game of the day. Might just go ahead and be the last one as well, as long as we can pull out that win. Texas State, though, on the board, leaving 30 seconds left in the half. As they do tack on that point after. That's a scary mascot. If you are scared of mascots, do not look at the Texas State mascot. Frightening. Probably more so than some people are scared of the Stanford tree. I get it. It's abstract. Big play to Kenyon Shabazz. Hold on now. Not going to let me call a timeout there? We don't need it. We already called that timeout. Well, let's jump out onto the field if we're going to pick that up on the first play. Try to get into field goal range here. Pass is caught, turning up by the 40. Big hit. We'll call our 2nd timeout there. 10 seconds remaining. This team is hungry to make things happen. Need a double post. Especially with the splits there of the safeties. Oh, but they changed their look. In that case, give me a corner. No? Excuse me. I really hate that it doesn't let me make changes after 15 seconds. I've got plenty of time for it. I'm going to run the play as designed then. And we at least avoid the sack there. See, if I was playing, I'd be like, you know what, let's try to get a little bit more yardage. But I don't trust the quarterback's going to throw it quick. Let's send out Stovall here. On the left hash, he missed a 54-yarder earlier this stream. And he misses another. That time it looks like it came in perhaps a little bit low, but definitely to the left. You can't be 54 yards away. We got to be a little bit closer. Excuse me. But we should be able to send this one on to halftime. Texas State's not going to get anything from that, but that's 3 points that I hope we aren't missing later on in this one. We do start off with the ball, though, and it's a penalty. But it's also a turnover? What just happened? Because we returned the kick. But it's Texas State ball. So someone done messed up, Aaron. This isn't going to show me what I'm looking for either. Huh. I don't think this will do it either. No. Yeah, I don't know what just happened there, but it's some form of a turnover. Bobcats. They've got the ball at about the 31. All right, then. Handoff down the middle and going to fight forward to turn a gain of about 2 into about a gain of 6. Yeah, I would love to know what actually happened on that play. 2nd and 4. Texas State looking to bite into this deficit early in the half. Patient running for the first down. I definitely feel like this is a team that you got to be able to bring a little bit of that blitz. You can't be scared of it. Back to the double A gap. We look. Trips down to the bottom. Immediately in their face. Pass, though, is well out of bounds. Quarterback got a little bit scared. Up to that point, he looked pretty comfortable facing the blitz, but that was a straight get out of the situation type of play. So 2nd and 10. We bring some more blitzes, though. It's picked up well. Double coverage. Not quite close enough, I guess. That is a Bobcats touchdown, and we're going to cue the sad music off of that one. Braves makes this a 1-score game after somehow the Bobcats got the ball to start this second half. But we can't let this promising start slip away. We're going to look to get the ball back on our side here. 21-14. Sincere Rainey that time. He takes the return. We'll start at the 25 here. We'll check in from the sideline. Come on, we got the new uniforms and everything. We're going to make some plays. Rainey, he's going to grind out 9.5. Only his 5th carry, $133. He got to rest a lot there in the latter part of the first half. Picking up the blitz, throwing down to the flat. A late flag as there's a late hit on McKinney. They get that on Bradford. Now, where does tack on at the end? I believe it does. Yeah, so we're going to accept that for sure. Tack on the extra. We'll get the ball back over to Rainey. Again, 3 to 4 yards a pop, you're golden. This time we'll have him run to our side. Should get a better view. Rainey. 3 more. Can we make it the trifecta? 3-man front, 1 linebacker. That might be a couple more, actually. They're just playing a little bit off. Get the gap in, we get it. First down here to Godley. And I was trying to go hurry up there, but again, the game not quite listening. Rescues. Going on the deep route here. Play action. Under pressure, and it's going to be a sack on McKinney. Back him up. Landry gets there first, had some help. 2nd and 20. As we get this one out to Brown on the screen. Can't make the man miss an open field. We do pick up at least 5. Oh, the slot post here. In fact, just take that. Really hate that it does that. They got to get that out of the game. Let me make adjustments until the whole thing is over. Like, if I run out of time, I run out of time. Throws lofted, hitting Anton on the run, and he takes a helmet to the chin. The damage is done. First down here for the Hornets. Bobcats calling their timeout. Questionable decision to call that this early in the second half. That will get Elias Brown into the backfield. And I'm looking for a bit of a corner for Moses. Under pressure, this one's lofted. And caught for the touchdown! Rescues! Hornets retake that 2-score lead. And I'm really glad we got this guy in the portal. He was a late addition, if I'm not mistaken, and he's made some plays here as that third receiver for us off the bench. It's got this half crowd pumped up here in Sac State. Hopefully soon we'll have a full crowd. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that bell icon for Frescues. Or Fresques? I don't know. There's a couple ways to pronounce these names, all depending on the cultural and ethnic background, but it's so hard to tell with some of them. I'm sure I could look them up. That would probably help. Knocked away by Jefferson. First time we've called his name this season. 3rd and 9, and that's going to be a stop from the defense. Now, can we stack things back on here? Well, 3rd and 11. We only get 5, so a quick 3 and out here. Ball goes a little bit back and forth. Penalty, though, on Logan Thomas. That's going to help out Texas State. Move him closer up to midfield here. Another penalty, Will Weber. 2nd and inches. And a sack, Will Weber. He makes up for it. He gets back those 5 and forces 3rd and 5. But we give up 9 to Graves. He's definitely been a big part of this Texas State attempted comeback. Sack, Jamario Alexander, and an injured Kirkland on the play. That's 3rd and 19. They're not going to get it there. Punting that ball away. It's a short punt at that with a 19-yard return. We'll start at midfield. And we are going to jump out here looking to start running some clock. Looking to start running some clock? That doesn't make sense. Looking to run the clock, all right? We all know what I'm trying to say here. 1st and 10. Send Hardy in motion. Take the handoff, and there's a man waiting for Rainey. Now, if we try it again, same thing. But this time we actually go with the jet sweep. Hardy, he finds the gap and he bursts through, gets the juke and slips a tackle. That's a 1st down to the Oppo 40. A gadget type of guy, we need to utilize that a little bit. He's got some good athleticism, nothing crazy, but enough here at this level against this type of competition that he could make some big plays. Anton over the middle, or perhaps that's Kuntz. No, that is Anton. No, it's Sutton. Why not make it the 3rd option? Fullback gets the catch. He picks up about 7.5, truly. RPO to Hardy. 1st down by the 30. 2 catches for Hardy in this one. And to the weak eye. It's Rainey down the middle. Was that ball out there for a moment? I sure hope not. It was at least a late whistle. No one jumps. Play action. Throws quick out to Sutton. You know, sometimes you just need to let those plays develop a little bit. We don't quite get that there. Back to the draw. Spread them wide. See if we get attacked down the middle. We're in field goal range. I'm taking time off the clock. I'm feeling comfy right now. And it's going to be Rainey. He had a lane, but he just dances around a little bit too much. Sometimes you just got to tuck that head and get north. So Stovall out here this time. He's got it in between the uprights. Tack on 3. And we're definitely feeling comfortable here at home facing Texas State, looking to pick up our 2nd Pac-12 dub. Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. There's still 4 minutes to play, and we've seen crazier things happen. All right, now defense playing well, continuing that momentum with a penalty here on the offense. They force a 2nd and 20, make that 3rd and 20, and we give up 23 to Skylar Lewis. Can't be doing that, boys. You're trying to close out a game here. 4th and 6. And there it is. That is the stand we were looking for. Let's let the big boys coming out here run this game to a close and hopefully get some victory formation sooner rather than later. It's a handoff. There's a gap, and he's going to burst through it. Brown by the Oppo 40. We get inside 2 minutes here. Texas State, if they're not calling their timeouts, we could just kneel this one to bed. Brown there, not exactly finding any space. Line didn't necessarily open it up for him. Didn't see a whole lot from Godley in this one. Has me a little bit concerned. Hopefully there's not an injury there. Brown is the back next to the quarterback here. And it was a handoff there. Both the quarterback and the running back take the hit. We're definitely running this one, though. You can try to pass to go ahead and lock it up, but we will strictly run the ball out. And they were prepared. So we go backwards here. We'll let that clock run down, but either way, there is not enough time here for Texas State. Under a minute left. They do get 28 yards to Hardy, but they are out of time. This game is over. A big win here. Pac-12 play has been the key for Sac State. They opened up this game with 21 first quarter points. Sincere Rainey, most of those yards coming off his first 2 carries, back-to-back touchdown runs. He's going to take home the player of the game. Defense as well. They showed up big here against Texas State, and that is great news for us because after the FCS fiasco, we were concerned. But it looks like the boys just needed to shake off the rust, and they did that in week 1, following it with 2 straight dubs. Now let's make sure I get that light turned back on. Let's bring the face back in here. Let's get the background music pumping. And we are going to look to close things out here today. Taking another look at the recruiting. Take a look at what's to come for the rest of the season. And how comfortable we are feeling with what we've got. You know, we brought in some good talent this year. We're seeing that play out on the field pretty well. We're just really thin. So we've got to keep these boys healthy. And when we're doing that, defense is playing well. We're a little bit more banged up, it seemed like, in that first game. Good change as well going with the nickel. We'll also see if we actually completed that goal here. No, so that is still red X'd. So unfortunate for us there, but we still have the 100% job security right now. We are feeling good out the gate. Through the first 3 weeks of the season, we are getting better each and every week. 14 points we scored in week 1, 20 the next, 31 here against Texas State. You know, we have given up equal to or less points per game, so we're on the right trajectory. I think this team could be more than what they showed us in week 1, which is huge. Take another quick update here on recruiting. Hopefully a lot more good news, and we are still battling here with Talbot and Fresno State. So we might need to open up some points here and get him actually in on a visit. Excuse me. Take a quick scroll, and yeah, we got to pull out the battle here of the tight end. So we got to come back and look to readdress that. But with those points, let's look to schedule a visit, and let's get him in early as we can. Colorado State. And we're going to go proximity to home. It's going to be the best bet for us. Fullback, we may need to increase some points at some point. Same as well here for Williams. You know, we've got the points now to do so. So let's get that up to 10, and maybe that'll get us moving a little bit. You know, we get that offer in there, we move up, but offer comes in as well here from Southern Miss. We're pretty light on the offensive line right now, so let's put in the 10 points. We maybe can come back and give him more if we have those, and it looks like the offer might have been pulled here. So let's get back those 5, actually, and we're going to be aggressive this week. Here comes the sneeze, maybe. Not sure if I muted that mic in time or not. I tried. I remembered last second. Apologies if not. We'll give him the 25. You know, we do finally overcome UMass here. That is big, going with that hard sell. Feeling good there. Looks like Fresno State also dropped off their points. We could use potentially a few more points then for Kenoi. So we're going to drop the 25 down to 15. And let's send the meant to go with 5 here. Or the 10, I should say. We actually have a really good, but we're not inside the top 5 there. But we look like we have a pretty good softer hard sell we could go with there for Kenoi. Could use with some more points as well here for Tinker. Use some more points for Crummy. I thought we would have had a good jump there, but apparently not. Fortunately, we just don't have the extra points right now. So we are all out on tight ends, which is not great. We didn't really address that last year. We didn't bring in any freshman tight ends. But we do have a few on roster, so that might be a little last half of the season push. Either way, things are kind of forming pretty good here. We are narrowing down things every single week and should give us hopefully a good class pre-off season. That way we could really try to dial things in with the transfer portal and bringing in some more impact talent while still developing a little bit of some depth on roster. So things are looking pretty good here out the gate in terms of our health. We did have an injury to Tevin Brown. He'll be back here shortly. And we got some guys who need to sit. Demario Alexander needs to sit. Weber needs to sit. Thomas needs to sit. You can definitely practice, Brown. You haven't earned that by any means. We're definitely going to have to sit no practice here for Sheffield. Yeah, we're just not going to be able to practice many of our guys here before this game. But again, we've got to get us healthy and maintain our health. So we're going to have to make those sacrifices. We'll lock that one in. Only a couple players are going to have a decrease in composure to start. Unfortunately, most of them, actually all of them, are in the trenches. We will get a boost, though, at corner, punter, and corner. So our corner coverage might be pretty good to start next time. But we will get that underway. Speaking of next time, hopefully next week we could actually get a 2 stream in. Yeah, looks like that is wide open. So we will be back Wednesday for a stream and Saturday, barring any sort of late additions to the work schedule. So 2 times next week. I know we've been dancing around a lot with the schedule, just trying to find a good balance of everything. Appreciate you guys being there and being flexible with that. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure you do hit that sub button either down below or the bear icon in the bottom right corner. It's free to do so. No cost to you whatsoever. It's memberships that I don't have that cost you. Subscribing is free. And if you tag team that with the bell icon, you'll also get notified when I do anything and everything here on the channel. And of course, if you enjoyed today, do make sure you hit that thumbs up. Great way of letting YouTube know you enjoyed, others, and it helps out the channel a good bit. I appreciate all of you who have been hitting that thumbs up. Next time, we will for sure get not Fresno. That's going to be a bit down the line. Potentially Fresno. For sure, San Diego State, Colorado State, and Boise State. We'll have our first ranked matchup potentially then. They are undefeated. And then we may get in Fresno State. We may also potentially get in Oregon. Maybe we look to wrap up the whole regular season next week. If that sounds good to you, make sure, again, you are sticking around. But we're going to wrap it up there. About a 2-hour and 15-minute stream. I think that's a good way to get this season underway. Let me know your favorite players who you think are going to lead us this year, and if you think McKinney was the right choice at quarterback so far this season. And this is where I will leave you off. McKinney, he is throwing for 75%, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. That maintains. We will see you next Wednesday with Coach Bobby Ellington, but we will be back tomorrow for a triple header for UAB as they look to close out their regular season. And while it hasn't been a good year, there is still the potential that they can make a bowl game. But they've got to win 2 out of their last 3 games. So make sure you're there for that tomorrow. We will see you there. And as mentioned, we'll see you 2 times next week as we look to also make something happen this year with Sac State, coming up just short of all of our goals last season.